could deem come
Wood Village side.
Wood Village side.
So much hopping.
What's all right?
Much hopping. Much hopping.
So watch me hold on. No, Mimi, you'll be an call.
Oh, Taco once. Sometimes we go.
And if you are not on Nhyira,
that means I'm doing Chomako Lake side.
Saturday, Nanya Sokoba Munamko. I think me call around and a crime coin. Yes, Sokoba inside Nhyira. And not them call Sokoba.
Then it's strictly business.
Oh, yeah, me could deem come Kakrabi. I want to share on it.
And also the end is strictly business.
Okay.
Maybe so.
Oh, yeah, Juma.
One age, man.
So now, what could the interest?
No matter.
Also, could you Juma Fena Ubefi? Yes, sir.
Aye,
Yana making
some cocoa for out.
Sure.
If you come for out, I'm a boss, Wabe. Then besides, all for him ever.
And I'm simply so by name.
And also, cover be now can't why
send them a catch. Coffee. But all my media was through.
Are they?
Say, oh, yeah, Manchester near, say, we'll get you worried. Yeah. Because players news no be a dodo. No, say, oh, yeah, Manchester near no pay. What is you say emphatically? Benjamin SESKO catch Manchester United on board. But about the ama to the atmosphere.
Newcastle United.
Sorry, Newcastle a problem.
But what were you going to use to attract Benjamin SESKO to Manchester United?
That's the point.
Because we said something about how our United brand in us. So even though players, the team is in a good place, players still want to come. But I say the quest for Champions League is a big deal for Branch friend Benjamin SESKO.
Because they're upcoming.
Yeah, and sometimes when
you have that platform to build.
Exactly. And
it's only to be farmer now. I mean,
they say one Kasawoka.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
they say,
Senya de Biano, say better now.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say, face reality.
Yeah, they say,
now can pray.
Yeah. Which you see, the United problem, you can look at it from a lot of ways. But I think whatever happens, go back to the culture that United is used to. The culture of winning consistently and then being Manchester United. Very important. At the end of the day, how do you get a job done? So it's almost the kind of first day the crowd, the call, Alcoma, a friend is saying like for and they are almost getting there.
According to Ben Jacobs,
yeah,
I say Newcastle are making 75
million. Alex Crook can hear na Benjamin.
Plus 5 million add-ons.
Yeah, 75 plus. So me catch you say Leipzig for say the base amount of money it must be 75. And yeah, after now baby ye own ye say the base money is 75. Then 5 million add-ons. Add-ons now say such a crap, but I think that they will accept and they will let the boy go. Which you see, I thought they be a make out say I just want to gag Manchester United. Me, I don't do the analysis like that, and you know, me found the truth of the matter is that United is not in a good place.
Maybe I feel now reality now shall say done on me.
And you will be also next season Chelsea for a year near the
and the air parking so. On Ayala ta can say or say born a dear that one him no and now bo.
Okay.
On say a drew games be sana. I no whole rivalry. What I say? It's players and also nimbo on the ball crowd so say.
Okay.
No the bragging right.
It's the head at Chelsea.
Say and yes on paper I mean Obian say Chelsea is ahead of Manchester United. But the game a drew Sabena and your form a players now the Kujina Park and so on. But in reality, Manchester and attractive you.
Oh, I mean, yes, you see how they are difficult to attract. Which Macassim we had shown before. Say, AB at the transfer targets now more you've not accepted. And you say this is what Chelsea thought ball in the money back that the Balimo edgy two muntema. Not Chelsea fans being Tiomase. Now also certain pundits do not understand where they wanted to go. They understood from the off. Say 3 years ago, 4 years ago, Chelsea were not the Chelsea that we knew before. People used to do a lot of analysis and they would say oh, Chelsea, when you be Chelsea coach and then say Chelsea no player, when I never player, will not say. Great, that is true. But also at that point in time, Chelsea could not attract some players. No, in TNF, you're fast na ko Benfica. Boy, be a kobo World Cup. But World Cup no kobo Benfica no, but obi any man ho coaching them. And yes, I say, any be na Madrid come home, Man United come home, Man City come home. You can't compete. Put them together, give them the time, they will deliver. At the beginning, it sounded alien to a lot of people, but over time, people have realized that look at how now it is yielding results. Rich, maybe there are two ways Man United can get out of this. Get a very charismatic manager. How? Rich, when Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea the very first time, there was a certain Sir Alex Ferguson who had won the Premier League multiple times before Jose. Rich, Jose started a proper new era Chelsea, at Chelsea when he came. Yes, Claudio Ranieri or the names that come, Ruud Gullit that come before him are good. But Jose Mourinho stamped his feet and emphatically took Chelsea to the next level. Why? He was a charismatic manager. You're a charismatic manager and it says a team coach and a former and you can't compete. That man drags everybody when they move. Either you go with a charismatic manager. Another example is Jurgen Klopp. Rich, okay, Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool the first time. Or see, he was clear. Give me 4 years. By the end of the 4 years, I will turn you from doubters to believers. In fact, charisma. Clear. He didn't mince words. He said it exactly as he thought it should be. So, when you look at all of that, how somebody can charismatically say that, so when you're a charismatic manager from the beginning, that is why you go the most aggressive way and in a new way in terms of getting players to come in who are young. Rich. So Brian Mbeumo has come. Marriage, in the context of even a branch SESKO. Yesterday I was doing some analysis with you. Say, one year goes to crown. You don't need SESKO's goals like that. Because you have a 24+ goal scoring player in Brian Mbeumo. You have a 15+ goal scoring player in a branch friend Matthias Cunha. So it means that if you add those goals, that is players that can play. If you still put Rasmus Hojlund, why don't you invest the money in? I gave you an example, Carlos Baleba. I will bet me augmenting fee for man is solid. Then the attackers to score goals. You can come to the mid-table. It doesn't need a change in United, but you'll be in and around mid-table. Then later you can build them from there. But it's a huge blow. See, I have big boys now. Monka, sadly so. Monya big boy. Senior.
Kofi. I will say, you're free and now the dome.
Masa Monya big boy. I was today free.
Patrol team. Oh, me banning. Set men come Manchester.
I mean, Tiana Wanga go for
me cancel.
We production. United in anyway. United I send them back.
Matthias.
Who now go for United by?
And I'm just a walk around me banning. And I'm here so okay. She say, baby, I didn't come back be mine. And open one summer walking. I'm some Jatum. But I walk a good do.
But they say, when you're big boys, don't come big boys now. But that's not the reality. When you're big boy, and money how? And Manchester United.
Respect on
yesterday I stood here and I said that Uyi Madrid de Barcelona Fiona in terms of brand marketing. Nobody comes close to Manchester United.
The big boys,
but Monka big boy because Monka like the people that are commanding those players that want to play the game. That is the reality.
But Susuka, Salam Peasantry. I want to problem. No, the mini of Kofi and no crack. On Buffet, oh, yeah, oh, baby, I can't go. And I'm on your big boys, be over Kana, Wabacase, you play as a grand papa.
That's a place, if you are money. No, center was here having a boss at our heavy.
He's a good player.
Heavy, a good player.
Chidi or upcoming.
Chidi Obi. Another car, a molest now. More boy.
Yeah, bro. Your double ball cousin. As a Manchester, so your records be oh bless me, Bobo.
She don't be money.
Also, Kofi, and I hear discussing me referee, even goalkeeping.
Yeah.
Even a problem or your goalkeeping.
Yeah.
And in football, your defense will win you games.
Yeah, especially leagues and stuff like that.
Because our strikers national goalkeeper and our defense in always consider
a problem. Yeah.
So, this is me say me can dia say me team.
But me
America. Oh my bano to ka kakra. Who say me boof about na wo jai.
What? Me sure when me say me guy.
Who say who can na me wi am ni go. E so say there be me boss say baby am make kan ko
me jai. Whatever your boss, why there? Achabe.
Yeah, that's your big boy be I say na. Abrabo na bi tie kakra.
Mo lower big boy. What is that United?
Yeah. Hey, team be pen.
We are very fine.
Mismanagement.
Hey,
and the do baby.
I am bad. I am bad.
So bad.
But I think that's just a matter of time. We're very fine.
Sure.
Which every club goes through. I said, more than a check. More than a check too. That's the problem. Yeah.
I know the means are ups and downs.
Yeah.
But they're not check.
Yeah.
As the interview solve a problem.
Yeah. Because even Barca recently went through
every season beyond the same problem.
Yeah.
And one a problem.
Rich.
Okay, Yanko.
Charlie, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, I don't think he will become Barca captain next season. Whatever happens. They said you with Emilia Iglesias, after that recovery and all of that. I don't think so. I think that there is a new direction for Barcelona and they know. And Oshe Hawa and an interview of Rafinha as part of the captains of Madrid of Barcelona and saying what he wants to do for the club. Charlie Rafinha up Barcelona power. When you listen to when he talks about the club and Odin even about Nico Williams, talking about the fact that it's players who want to play for Barcelona and Emra, and so won't even take risks. And Barcelona, even though they are not claiming registering you are on a compressor because it means that and you're willing to play for the club. Now I am not a player, so you're willing to play for the clubs. Then bar a boy, or too willing and he saying that he wants to win the Champions League, for club. Whether they'll do it or not is just a matter of time. Rich, last season time in here starting, the two best midfielders in Barcelona and FIFA were Marc Casado and Abrantes friend Marc Bernal. Which in terms of the club in itself at the time, that club were in some form of a truce with Abrantes friend Frankie de Jong on whether he will extend his contract or not. It is that time, not only Barca media didn't come out, almost Marc Casado and Bernal club it's now Bobo na Frankie de Jong. So why do they have to worry themselves in terms of players? Why do they have to worry? So they don't have to worry themselves. Rich, Abra Casado babe prayer, Bernal babe prayer. It was Frankie de Jong and other Barca Syria Messi together with Pedri, and then took them to wherever he took them last season. In the last few days, Frankie de Jong didn't come and say he would extend his contract at Football Club Barcelona, and from the report from Sport and a lot of the Catalonia outlet of sports, say now Barca believes say a lot more quality. In fact, extra quality on Finfion. So they would want to make sure say at the end of the day, almost center back as almost also turn either of them midfielders. It's Casado, Bernal, Christensen. These are all players that likely Barca for any here who no Marco Pesca and their two bottom rich. See, Chelsea are excellent business beer. I didn't expect them to do this business. There is an Albanian young boy of passing through Chelsea Academy. Now, he was supposed to be the next Didier Drogba or the next Diego Costa. Rich, Obenya Achilles injury, Obenya knee injury, Omodini Cologne, Menkai Kran saying Fulham, Everton, a lot of the teams are Cologne. The boy obviously has not been able to meet the expectation that Chelsea for the expected man. Then, when the season started last season, almost sounded new Cologne be Everton. Rich Oko Everton, no one saw Kupra. Okupra Everton, one bobo Nibia at just this summer. Rich and yet Championship club by relegating last season from the English Premier League. Any Chelsea for agree to buy a branch here, Feno Armando Broja, for £20 million with extra add-ons accumulating to about 25 million general and total package for a branch here, Feno Armando Broja. Rich. Player and you see, the good thing is that Armando Broja, if Chelsea Academy, is a pure profit. He doesn't. You don't do any profit and loss. Only subtraction, yeah, and net zero sales, zero reference and cost, and then everything comes in as profit for you. Which Chelsea for Ejaya Brandt friend Armando Brojamu Edinako. Me catch Chelsea for say before Chelsea will finalize the deal for Xavi Simons, expect that Omobeye some level of sales of players and Abrantia your friend João Felix Ekoyen. After that, it has been Armando Broja. May expect it. And now, as part of Armando Broja, no Chelsea for Eddie Abrantia friend Mark Give Eddie Nico boy I will turn from Barcelona Nico loan. Echo club your friend is Sunderland, newly promoted Sunderland, our English Premier League Rich, and also idea Sunderland for will pay the transfer fee of the loan and also take up all the salary expense of him. And again, only Nhyira you're telling. Chelsea for Emma Abrantia friend Mark Gill just £30,000 a week, and he makes it easy because he cannot urgent our form. It is easy for Sunderland to come and take him and take all the money. Sure. And that is why Chelsea went with that way structure. No? Another brilliant way of making sure so they don't keep players who are unhappy and who don't get to play. And now Abrantia friend Mark Gill will go on loan to them. He expected. Said the other attackers that will go, Christopher Nkunku. The report is that clear because Leipzig for no and now. Which when you said no job, bear 10. Then I chanced on a report. Say the topmost person in terms of Leipzig recruitment, and the topmost person our Chelsea recruitment, and in this case, Wayne Stanley. Any only didn't come on phone, and in that conversation, they were trying to make sure say and they will arrive at a verbal agreement for Abrantia Feno Xavi Simons. Rich, what was the other conversation? Leipzig phone is beside about Abrantia friend Christopher Nkunku. Who said, "No, Leipzig became a top player. Inter for have come. They don't really have that money. AC for baby sir, they don't really have that money. In fact, for Inter, Nkunku should have been a backup to Abrantia friend Ademola Lookman. If they don't get Ademola from Atalanta, then they look at Abrantia friend Christopher Nkunku. But Leipzig have asked about Nkunku. They also asked about Abrantia friend Armando Broja, but Broja definitely is going on loan. So that deal is not going to happen. It's possible that Chelsea can do a deal for Abrantia friend Nkunku. There is also Sterling that Chelsea would want to sell. There is Abrantia friend Benjamin Chilwell. Which couldn't say over Chelsea wage structure now. Two of the most highly paid players at Chelsea, Sterling and Benjamin Chilwell. Mobile. The team, no, just here. The third person is Reese. Rich, board, Mobi. Tincheng. Every Kaketwa. So Chelsea want to make sure that they let them go. Fulham, teams in Turkey and the likes are all interested in Benjamin Chilwell. And I bet your friend Raheem Sterling, and things will go on. And okay, you need the confirmation. Say Abrantia, your friend Jaro Hato. Ayena medical no every completed wa pass it, and in that completed medical no Abrantia no so asanso assigning a contract. But do you know how many years the boy assigned? 7 years contract. Akwane di 19. The contract ends when he's 26. Oh,
to sign such a long contract.
Said they tell them that Omo Yakra. And Chelsea Fono want to make sure that they have strong bargaining points when it comes to say holding the right of the player. And they let them understand say maybe our first year in EMFA, maybe our second year in the private team abem. And until you my whole time, you enforce so. Say if once you go and we win trophies are fine. And far we have enough time for you to play well. And as I we can also sell you. Me and your kakra, then you can also go and continue your career. I think it's a win-win situation. Because over now 2 years. What if after the first 2 years no? Look at Tyro Malaysia. Obama United 1-2 pra. It's no fault of his. But at the end of the day, he has to move on with his career. The club also have to sell him. You don't get, I mean, somebody to go in there and buy a branch of friend Tower Malaysia. It's rich. Jao Hataba. Nasisiano, I cut the last 2 of Chelsea players on the account. And who are you? I didn't take it serious. Because players almost on my Instagram bio, I say, I don't know. Rich, there was player for RB Leipzig in the Instagram bio of our branch here, your friend Xavi Simons. Rich, and you could share. Our branch here, friend Xavi Simons, and Leipzig, no, I finished Instagram bio. Now, before that, me be catch you say the entourage of Xavi Simons, which includes his senior brother, our branch here, your friend Ali Barat, and also other members of his team were at the Leipzig camp constantly on the Leipzig people. Say, oh, Chelsea fans are willing, but any price they will be more. Yes, you 50 million from Paris Saint-Germain, but in Cameroon, Tisukaka. Say, maybe a Chelsea fan be senior top boy, no come on because a whole person. Rich, I'm see your personal terms is not going to be a problem. I'm born. On Friday, which is Enra. Our branch here friend Xavi Simons decided that he is not going to train with Leipzig for no because any more match.
And
oh, of course, I'm on Say there. I'm on the agents and catch and say that's what they have to do.
When catch and say, look. So one force way out there.
Oh, it's not about forcing. No, it's not about forcing your way out, Rich. It makes sense. Say player over make him move. Eba catcher will say there is a tendency to make training me pra. Me pra the move will not materialize. It me show me person me training me person me pra. Since that time I've been respectful to you. Me training my bobo me nkase bo no chinchin try to me. E you wusi can open. But at this point in time I can't train.
And are you saying Kofimba?
Yeah.
Are you saying say the other players now almost suitors no. Currently almost training with almost can teams almost no born. No, there be only say rich most of the times, even clubs or Babaton. Say also Babaton. Now see say they can make you train alone. So that unkupra.
So even in this case, but it doesn't particularly it doesn't no any wrong thing. The clubs, the players and the clubs always the players and the clubs always agree. Or not don't think that's on bad training. Okay, so bad training now no problem no. Okay, Moses Caicedo ask now there. I can't go to Instagram
so is it established there?
Yeah.
As we speak. Am I ready to to brand in Chelsea?
Oh yes, they have. Now, yesterday I came to tell you the modalities. I told you the modalities of the deal. Leipzig for no omunye club sebi ehia omo. Iti openisika. Senior me catch you say Leipzig were clear that Benjamin SESKO omo pay base 75 million. And Kasa I also told you yesterday that Chelsea will be in a big problem if they allow Benjamin SESKO to leave before a branch of Xavi Simons. Because some Benjamin SESKO was just 75 million. Was an important player in the team. ABL team replacing. It is now about dragging the feet even more for a branch of Xavi Simons unless you pay the exact evaluation. What you pay the evaluation in Ukraine? That is what I'm telling you. That. In the case of Chelsea, also, I had also always said here, and the catch Chelsea from day one. Say before so better say Chelsea at Xavi Simons. Before that, Chelsea will do a sale. They will sell players.
But you do Ganacho the amber drag move fit.
Ganacho last minute. How much 12? How
so who can send them house? I always have run you.
Ganacho the last minute too. I want you 12. Or crowd the paper. You can catch a pack or your batio. Why? And you do a pack number.
All their lives again, the same thing here. Somebody can
play. We play on training or not if you.
Any problem.
No, play on training. The exam work.
You Tuamoka. Suppose we should be a Tuamoka.
That's on training.
And no problem. Eh, second you Janaka.
And I'm
yeah, can't tell players to say. Yamu services beam. But you know, teams in a Pamusutas Nina, as will be asked at that dragging feet.
Yeah.
Or Kenya last minute. Deadline day, no.
Yeah.
Now, I said I confess a cafe be 2015. No, the Abazo, Aquana Mumino. Omu say deadline no and they twam a omu dibin to ni bi ba. Omu dey amemene mfe beje and we won't take that.
But say Garnacho won't pay no.
And some I explain to
you. 50 million omu beje.
I don't think Garnacho.
Omu beje 50.
What are you saying?
Garnacho 50 million.
50 million for Garnacho.
I know not you 50. No no penny sao.
Xavi Simons motor.
Garnacho ye boa no.
Miss mo boa.
I Garnacho ye boa no. Garnacho so ba onya bi mo sa. Say efa ye besere mu. But I'm fine be turn am asa.
Akwa yi mu mitimi.
Dem na say Garnacho. Na Garnacho one we too much Chelsea.
Who ye good?
Garnacho ye boa.
Player no bobo ama no. Who ye good?
Garnacho oba Chelsea how no we too.
It mo be Friday.
Or better bench and boys say they will see to a bench.
Problem.
It's
PSC cap. What I'm saying is
50 million.
Said there money lives again. The same thing yes we.
That's a
do am okay. Me person me mo obi a wutie choi. I'm function it in the do wa. Obi a me kasa na Manchester for the team out there. Person me catch us say players in question we don't need their services anymore.
Leipzig cry when player cry training.
Said there mo drag mu fit send e be ya. Deadline day number this cafe bia ba perform.
How much?
Any problem?
How much is it?
What am per cry be ka 1 second. Na mo dia tum yem found.
Na me catch us.
Yes sir. O don trefi.
Ayema dem Garnacho trefi.
On
trefi so bobo.
Okay, it's more for the right way nimra.
Right time you the people last minute send your opening time.
And now we buy yes
Obeje.
Yeah, you
senior players Obeje.
Masa, you will come with the two players.
And then say Garnacho nuru.
Gate is motor on saying.
Player our permanent free camp.
Yeah,
Gate is no camp. No bo club or camp go toro. What play free camp.
No problem.
It's Xavi Simons here. I think it's going to be a matter of time. When we need to Newcastle for an edges can homogen. So we need to. Because what we just say is can for Benjamin SESKO there. Newcastle or to Alexander Isak 65 million. It's 60 million from Real Sociedad. Into our balance or turn 100 plus 120, 130, 140. You have to pay.
Clubs may be a business power. What the infants work on the bear 65, 70 crowds.
I had that to Manchester.
Oh, go fee.
Oh,
and now I say it is a Liverpool the 120. It's only the 200 rejected.
Because
120.
Which one medical? We also say that for our buy sell on clause 10%. It is no matter how much he will sell. No, 10%. 10% or also FIFA. Wow, only 2.5%. Oh, it's generally we also say that was 12.5%. Was getting. It's 12.5% that was that the okay, and yes, she crown. If I say 100 million, we are talking about 12.5 million. And the also said that on them. Now, rest of that on your she cried 12.5 million. No, Newcastle. Our Tony 65. Who is 65? Look at 12.5 Noah. You are talking about 77.5. Scanasa. I don't know what kind of Scanasa. In general, see any come on, Scanasa na de man. Man, never 120. Now, add-ons near 30. You could do 150 man. It's your not 50 video at home. Add-ons need more and more on you lose yourself. But over the data, another guys over 100. No, at Tiano and Yashi. Now, if you add-ons, it's have to win Ballon d'Or. AC. So they have to do the deal. And boy, and I said they were kind of clear. So when Liverpool no because rich Liverpool forum have gotten good deal also for branch friend Darwin Nunez to Saudi Arabia. Who said that?
Napoli again found.
There be Napoli one could talk a striker in I think he's called something Lichi in the Italian Serie A and Ankasa. So they moved on for him. In fact, they communicated me. Sorry, it's my mom's updates. No, they communicated to Liverpool say they are going to move on from our branch here friend Darwin Nunez, and then they are going to focus on other options, and in that, I'm moving on from him. It is in Saudi Arabia and the options so on. Which Darwin Beko, Darwin will go to Saudi Arabia. Or Liverpool has good money to be able to do a deal. And matching with me, who news for you? Is it not at the wrong time? On train too long?
Maybe I know what train trophy driving in Waji. Like, say, now let me say goodbye.
It's not a person or GBB or Hodom.
Sure, maybe.
Well, because
so say you when you
almost started about maybe I can't Ben Davis pay. And the team everybody is gone. And Rich, the last time I play a beer own free club so when we talk of when we talk of AS Roma, Krakow, when we talk of the Italian players, no, it's not one team. China, I want to remind Maldini Mo, even the Rossi Mo. Roma had somebody recently, current captain. It's not team recent captain. Rich, all of them, they stay there for a long time. They stay there for a very, very long time.
I thought you, man.
Francesco Totti, thank you very much. Totti, they stay there, and because they are Romanistas, almost like Romo. But for a South American, the friend is an Asian, to come from Asia, he said he came to London when he was a small boy, or a boy. What's now for 10 solid years, Charlie? And some solidarity bonus, that song you mean, and he's going to America. America now, all corner, LA Galas, and Queer. Rich, again, another question I wanted to ask you. Song you mean? Premier League teams, no? Are they letting him go easily? What do you mean more Premier League team, yeah? Even as a team, a squad member. Because, Rich, say you see a player be on my way and I want in Chelsea. I will love something you mean. As a squad member.
I'm about man.
You see, hearing from Manchester United, Inka Unyano on loan be 1 year, 2 year contract for the short term. Because, Rich, song you mean more on him, but.
Sure.
My only problem is that now saying teams like Kessiani don't want to hold on to a lot of kind of memories, nostalgia. They don't hold on to it. So I'm sure that's a performance level, they let you go. But in Kalbitse Kudus Mama Torian Hospital, I think Kudus probably would have loved to play with Son Heung-min and Torian Hospital team. But he has told Thomas Frank, also Wakache, some of the teammates and Onimom with a long time. Wakache Ben Davis is also another club captain, and he has told them say he wants to go. And a Premier League, I don't know if he's a legend or mini Premier League,
legend, I doubt.
But he has interesting statistics with Harry Kane.
Sure.
Players me know I'm combine it. I think the only players are almost had been Drogba and Lampard also. But in terms of players, we are man who assist man for the long spell. They have that interesting statistics with our brand here. Your friend Harry Kane.
Our friend here, I'm going to give you say, look, you leave when the applause are high.
Yeah. But
I thought you want Jeshi. It's time to say goodbye.
We don't go more one season because LA at this age, they have maybe honestly, I felt it's too early.
You see,
especially living the top level.
Like you said,
yeah.
Ebiananko Scania, Premier League teams in Bibanko.
Yeah.
But when you're sweet, yeah. Diana Minko, you have Naminko Pescan Cum.
With honest casket, no, Scabino, Riano. You tell me, okay, Scabino, I'm sorry, you mean. I said, oh, yeah, me. It's a song you mean, oh, no. Okay.
Mercy, Christian, now do crowd as Supersca.
Music, I don't go for a job, but you pay me a dinner. By force, I will do the alcohol.
Now, for you got them, Ronaldo from the chairman.
That's it. But I didn't do one.
We did the best.
Come on, your business, going maybe a business, they say. It's on your Premier League legend, but
Jimmy Bebanaka had done Azo.
Over sending WhatsApp. Dear,
my resign,
dear JM, I am done.
I'm going to miss AEB or Troy. Your man members will reply. Trust Roma, Mama. Meet you.
Why are they?
And have you no better trouble?
So I'm the quarry of the man. So you mean any Premier League legend? But is he a Torian Spell legend? I mean, wrapping up for you, or a Premier League legend?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, especially with the number of goals.
Tottenham, your team, I give trophies. And
on my list of highest scored players, no, Harry Kane is at 280, Jimmy Greaves is at 266. Bobby Smith 211, Son Heung-min SS 173 goals for team my friend Torian Mospen. Oshe all tuna 10 years, 454 games, 173 goals, 101 assists. Rich. In 2 years goal contributions compa on an 274 goal contributions.
Okay.
I mean, and one very special trophy. Only just Europa League final on the one start you. If you bench the buy and Los Angeles Football Club will get a very, very good player. Let me wrap up here for you.
No Premier League club is going for him because of Mr. Levy, Daniel Levy.
Right.
Daniel Levy, Timo, we play on one. Best stretch. eka once do obeja ansa no.
And is enrani eka enti eso mo hwe enrani eka players that Tottenham lose with sales no. It means that so for free to early guys here. He comes to add to the list and now let's na me the buy. Which Ashraf Hakimi asem ne.
Na dey Arabia.
Me who say Mbappe about be defending union. I like that. Nancy ana court in semeni suruni ade no. Ana say unnim obi kura unnim say nipa onye nipa boni ni kura na asem to na edding say be defending it publicly. But when you listen to Killen says that he knows Ashraf. They didn't bring them up like that. Na onye obia even say Ashraf abo cramp Ashraf enye obia so abo na Ashraf oye Muslim ni o.
He's a Muslim.
Do trabi ana ebi ono
Sebi.
Muslims are not supposed to.
And this animal
even the current Muslims they don't do that. Okay.
And then Sunday no. And kokra.
Is that Killen eka say wa bokra.
Oh, say bia or kind of worst case scenario.
Ono ne nko be bia.
Rant na wo no nim no.
Onye sade.
When you fan post no wa boa.
Yeah.
Onye and I mean abrofo man dem into ma say. Kiss is so court as.
We just say we dey ma catch o. H. Sexual assault 7 day. Eda you be through US no. Me srew.
Mama fan call.
Me srew say hu obi achikura na say sebi yeso.
Mama nka.
Me srew. O cannot catch us on pesa.
Eda no bra Charles. Virginia on frame no catch him the jado.
Rich.
We be do something. Oh babesia pa ta de bi e hye na ode nama. Oye nipa. Enso se wunnim. Na wunnim.
They don't which if your wife tells you or say enemy nye
emfa to ano
you cramp up when your problem
sa
na u ya ko he you cry
oh ya makansem kofi dem person cheze unfa to ano
you cramp to sem now they got to ano na ko sem you do them
abrofo mo ma fom ho die
na we kom kra o say uska bia wo ma no we ya to sem come na twa say dey say na ukregita ka do bishim
basa ya ha no e free office na ni afra akoso ya
you understand
so like, they at the grade am in front
because it's rich the orientation of culture our women are excellent women in terms of understanding oboni ba bra wa bre ontie baby agara ni ba no ne kasa so Charlie Mr. when dey my bread stress no so
mama ya
o de kakra bi na me na ebi obeti ase ama
ebi o kra tim kasa o de ma mfa nto ano
obeti ase ama but we no o be kan to ano
na wo kofi ebi o da why can't be
me dey rich me see so say me nini as bear no
o twempene
me ma an example of a brand oba me boni the friend Jessica Powers me share no asori o Kumasi apen because two no asori second year KNUST rich ye collab na ye free vacation buy no Jessica ye kese nti next na be ye kese and on sinam pekasam kan ho bani pamusa nti pidgin mo me kan sa pe ina me ko kan say hey Charlie your ass come rich and me or the share me one and the mom no she said she doesn't like that I'm telling you they are who no sorry them kwana or tibebe 3 rows for me na me catch man share them cry because on pesa so for me I've worked with that so stand one in that be nyaye the way you just you me come here say me pesa and me come baby o tira nko
abrofo me ha
dey me kakra bia me dey atu baby na o me tira 50 man first ma ko repi obi arrange before we charge no car
say me tu ene nyame adom makotra US akotwu mpokwa isia anya $20,000 bi na do ba me so wo ho fe no ma ye ya
master problem
o me kokot ya nyiska no
ye ji bia
kedua bia me bo
okay ever be near futu o tie ya
ya kan ye nuanu ma ti abru
exactly yes no
yeah culture
yeah very different you need to be very very careful pa anything that you see no ye nuanu omo worry abrofo no or even Ghanaians that are born they want people you see rich I think that in this life angasa me nya worry there but we need understanding
sure
understanding is very important
so say a love no alone no nko anya
enough so why were
our no nyame don nko
so why were down
God beyond love
so why down for
so you are down for communication Most of them want
say what down for your partner has to be your friend, like your very good friend.
A baby son and pay.
Oh,
you're madam for. You didn't come on, you cracky jokes. So, Obi mean Casso be boof, but I was a any pedia once a while.
Once what down for the you talk about it.
Yeah, we move on.
It's very important. Very, very important.
And I was some in same so. So who say your boy baby so one so near maybe so.
Our boy baby nice go so and no baby I catch us over.
Oba oba me caso aba.
Okay.
And Obiba.
Me bisa question. So that's Obiba. Me say bia. So na no aka we are the girlfriend say me am problem.
You are acquitted and discharged. For date you code no account.
My code.
My code.
And say boys need discount. Who say Scotland ne Ireland ne omo women England what's at your leagues. And a man also Champions League no so mo. Inti and games no I say mu down. I say mu clear pa. Inti I mean top 3.
But before I do code number 2 dan. Xavi Simons so wanye you know.
Oh, alleged though. What we are saying now is just an alleged. I mean, whether
they mean person me say me cast who are you? Aye. But person me say some say rape case and answer.
I'm say assault.
Assault.
Yeah.
Okay. Now is a rape.
Rape can be a subset of sexual assault. Into ABA saying okay.
Or go
ABA on any you know or you are fear no koi. It can be an assault.
Oh, okay.
It can be an assault. Into rape nation a part of the general sexual assault.
No idea what therapist ana.
On your therapist that you say minimum you
and code fee.
And the bar also a therapist.
And that is what my friend the mamma me.
Oh, they say so my I think it's true.
And the kind.
Okay, so a therapist. The story is that Okoasha fee.
Okoasha fee.
Same go boasha psychologically.
Psychologically no. And I'm saying was psyche no so bad there. Or the nsa fefa wasa na now psyche say.
My therapist you hear any therapist yes I.
So na. So I don't know think judge me say. Ni pass.
Which na charge no crime wow.
Something must kill a man.
15 years is too much. I'm saying a possible 15-year jail term that he faces. And it's same for also
15 years is also bad in San Namoha.
Hey. Masseuse. Oh no massage na.
Anyway, I didn't so.
Okay, be on your therapist. Maybe he's just a masseuse, not a massage. Because a therapist is someone finding his account. Therapist is a move.
Say be on any din common or ben kakra.
Any move it out. Move therapist already is before.
Oh, me who be that. No, so calm me down.
I'm coming myself. Was all calm day.
No, and I'm got there. Mammy Joy. Yeah, mama.
Yes, Raul says you soon Akurebi.
Yes, Akwawi, as I go in the story. Me interest one papa. Yes, on one idea on penny. Nemo do ye we are for video in the sending. Yes, one no for coffee. Semanya, the any baby. Yes, only give video too.
Ya ke jaya alejo so ro go ko tu.
I think I'm good.
There is impossible 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Now boy start to cry. I know about.
I cry for now, but Madrid. Yes, one no there. At the end, I can't do umpo.
I don't.
When I'm going to movie, I'm sending video.
On your careful.
And you're so hard of the coffee. On
your careful.
Many you need you so pebia. Bon summer dear.
Eric, we go away.
That's what best to do this year.
Pacho. Code and that's good. Ultimo radio, I'm sure. Pick mommy. First one, 2210.
Okay.
10 DF. Second one, 2210 D16. Next one, 2210 8CB. And the last one, 22107459.
Okay. Fifi Manfred and I'm Martin in Can Showers 4.5. Obi see a friend. Bumsam cartoons. Bumsam cartoons and your friend. All right. Also, better do message number in Showers 4.5. Na Igusua the weekend edition of Nhyira the Guitar Password. You know. Mama, yeah, live on Facebook, and I'm catch them say, yes, streamy baby, first one, in Shawans 4.5.